We also can have a drop-down list. Let's look at this example. Here we have a drop-down list. We have 3 items. You can choose any of them. So looking at the code, for the code we use selection. We have a line, we need to close it. In the middle we have 3 options. For different options we have different value. It means when we send the data to when user choose different item, we use different value. And the item 2 is selected, means when we open the web page, this item will already be selected. We also have multi-selection. So in this example, we only can choose one. But in this example, we can have multiple selection. Here we already choose the second. You need to hold the control and select others. Or if you want to unselect it, just click it. So if we look at the code, you can say we use here we use select the same option. All those are same, but we have a multiple here. That's the difference between drop down and multi-selection. We also can have a multi-line. So when user can give some suggestions, we need the multi-line text. So we use the text area tag, and we can decide the size, and then also we can preset some information here, just this information. Also we have a password. I will introduce this later. So password is the same, we use input tag, but the type is password. Why do we need a password type? Because look at here. When we type something here, it won't display. So that is a password, a special type for input. For input, we have submit button, but we can have a button tag because we can have other type of buttons. In this example, we have reset button. The type is reset. We have a name. Look at here. The button, we need to close it. In the middle, we have an image. We have a text. It means we can use the image over the button and also the text. This is the size. For this image, you can download from D2L. Remember, your code and the image should be in the same folder. So let's look at this example here. You can say this is the text, this is the image. We define the size, the width, the height. So make your web page more interesting. So that's how we use the button. And also we have a name. In our example, like here, just like the first one, we use paragraph. Why? Because we need to use include some text to label the input. However, we have a special tag. It's called label. It means we don't need to use paragraph. We can directly use label. Like this example, we use label. You can say label for then. Then we need to close it. In the middle, we have the text. And this has to be matched with this. Means this is a label for this input. And this label is for this input. And this label is for this. What's the benefit to use label? Because if we use label, we can align the label. We can control the label. If we use paragraph, we need to control the paragraph. But if we use label, we can control it better. Then let's look at this example. Here, this is the label. You can say we align the name, email, and the phone. If let's say the example, how can we control it? Here we have label. If we look at the CSS, we have label. We can control the width of the label. We can flow it. Why we need to flow it? So let's look at the difference. Delete it, save it, and reload it. You can select this way. Here we have little the line don't align very well. You can say a little different. Can you see it here? So that's how if we use label, you will use float, means the width is 80. We need to save it and then reload it. You can say it this way. The lines align perfectly. That's a way we use label. You can practice to say how the width and the float influence the layout of the labels. Also, we can unload some file. That's a part of a phone we use here. We use unload. We have a different, the same we use the input tag, but we have a file type. And in this way, we just here, if we use the input, use the file, we have the button. The system automatically give you a button. Then we can look around, so which file do we want to upload. Here we have something interesting about grouping. Sometimes we need to group a set of information, right? Because those are one set. Then we can use something, it's called grouping. Actually, we have a special character, special tag, it's called a field set. We can open it, we can close it, and inside we include everything. Here we include a single line, text single line. We include a button. We include a checkbox, just like here. We include everything here. Several 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of those inside the field set. Also, we can have a legend. Legend just this information here. Just some information about the whole group. The benefit to use group is we can control it. For example, we can set the background color for the whole group field set or for the legend. Just like here in our example, here for the field set, we set the background as gray. For the legend, we set the background color as blue. So you can say here we have gray, we have blue. So this will benefit users to input information. Users will understand those information in one group. Finally, we have a table. Why do we need a table? Remember, when we use a phone, we need to align the phone by ourselves, right? Because we have so many items. If we use table and phone together, means we put a input element inside a cell, then those can align by itself. So let's look at this example. Actually, you couldn't see the table, but you just can see those phone items align pretty good. If we look at the code, you can see we have a phone outside. Inside the phone, we have a table. Inside the table, we have two rows. In each row, we have two cells. So you can say for cell 1, we have a label name. For cell 2, we have an input element, the same thing. With this way, we can easily control the layout because we just continue to put inside a table. That's the convenient way to align phones. That's about